Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play No Man's Sky on a No Man's Sky Sunday. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 39 where you're on this space station. I need to check with this person here real quick. See if they have any hyperdrive modules that are S-phase, S-tier, and they don't. They have nothing. Okay. A lot has happened since the last episode. I've been playing the game, and oh gosh, there's just so much. We're going to go over it and talk about it. We're making plans. We're making plans to get to the center of the galaxy. You can see in the bottom right hand corner as a leap in the dark, mission targets, and another system. So what I did is I created a base right next to the center of the galaxy. Now you're going to say, whoa, wait a second. How the heck did you get right next to the center of the galaxy? Well, you can go online and you can find portal glyphs that'll take you to a location very, very close to the center of the galaxy. So I did that and I built a base. That base is down here, right here, Galactic Core Prep. I just put it next to a small minor settlement, found that place to park, put it there. That's all it's doing right now, is it's a station for that. So that's the prep for it. The other part of the prep is this. I'm trying to get rid of all of these quests. I'm trying to get them all cleared out. All these quests that I've taken from these people over here. It's always the leftmost slot. The mission agents. So I've been going on and doing those. And I've only been taking new missions if they give me a ship upgrade. If they give me an expansion slot for a ship. And that actually hasn't happened. So it's been pretty good. I've been just doing missions trying to clear that out. But this is the plan. Is to get ready to move forward. We also have the settlement is busy doing some stuff. The Prawns Claw is busy sending out fleets. We're going to talk about this a little bit too. And then Galactic Core Prep. But the thing I want to show off is over here called the Lodge. I want to show that off in a second. Let's go do the time-sensitive stuff first. We're going to go to Grey Gardens, our settlement. We're going to talk about this a little bit. The settlement is neat in concept, but it is one of the places where I feel like No Man's Sky falls down a little bit in execution. And the reason I say that is because with one exception in No Man's Sky, your progress is determined by you. You get to go as fast or as slow as you want to go. It's all about harvesting resources and building things, and you can go at any pace you want to. So when you're building your own base, you can go as fast or as slow as you like. We're going to take care of these guys first. Hit the thing would probably help. Okay, so let's... He's going to try to get over there, but he's not going to. I don't have much left on my plasma launcher, so. There we go. There he is. Trying to hit that little guy there, but that's not going to work. Okay. We're going to do this. Yeah, I know. You're coming after me. Guys, darn it. I gotta kill these little guys first. Oh my goodness. Okay, that usually is enough to bring a ceasefire to this situation. Good. So over here in my settlement, I had them building this. This was the next thing that I was allowed to build, was a landing platform for my starship. And it's all done finally. Okay, that's cool. It had the standard planks up on the sides that let you know it's building. It's got a little build console there. But this whole thing is a little bit disappointing. And I'm going to talk about why. The biggest thing is when you're building your own base, you go as fast as you want, as fast as you can dig up resources and build construction units, you can go. And if you need to get more construction pieces, you can go up to Polo. You can go up to the big sphere in the sky, and you can buy parts if you have, the appropriate amount of nanites. So it's really about how fast or slow do you want to go. Here, it doesn't work that way. When you get done building something, you can get into this situation where you may not have a construction opportunity here. And I think that's really lame. Now, I don't mind the amount of time it takes to construct a building. I don't mind that I can start construction of something, have to give it resources, and have to wait for an hour. That works just like it does with freighters and sending your frigates off for hours to go run a mission. What I don't like is when I finally complete a building, like the landing pad, this can be blank. And it just seems to be a random, indeterminate amount of time before the next decision comes up. I don't like that part. Especially because currently the base is not productive. Data indicates 42% approval for the Starship Dock, 47% pursuit of the market. Well, let's build the market. The numbers and productivity are about the same, so I'd rather get the extra approval. So you can view the settlement, and you can see that right now we're finally more productive than we are our maintenance costs. So we're coming out of debt. I was at like 380 in debt, so now it's 14 hours until cleared. I think a settlement could be a productive thing that could generate income for you, but I just don't like the fact that I don't seem to have any control over which, when the settlement decisions come up and when I get to build the next thing. And now I got to go over here and do this. So here comes the next piece. So there's our ship over there. Here comes the next piece. It's got this big red circle here. Click on this and say, what does it want? It wants silica powder. So you supply it, and it's going to tell you there's 2 hours until that's ready. So that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that part. I have a problem with being able to build buildings at my pace, because here's the reason I have a problem with it. Because if you go here and check on your base, and it says view settlement status, in the bottom right it says when your settlement is in the negative, which it will be when you first get here, it'll say, in order to make it productive and make your citizens happier, you need to build buildings. And it's like, yes, I want to. Give me a building to build. Debt will be automatically repaid over time. Great. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to do the second thing that I want to show off. And we're going to go to my other bases for this. Your bases. We want to go down here to the lodge. This is the hunting lodge. And I wanted to show this off and talk about it because it uses a different set of tiles than I'm accustomed to using. This is new for me because this didn't exist the last time that I played No Man's Sky extensively. This set was not here. And what happened is, while I was going around looking for those gravestone sites, I saw a couple of buildings using this stone tile set. And I saw some that looked like kind of like the monasteries you see high up on mountains, like with Batman Begins kind of thing, And I thought that was really cool. So I wanted to build one. I've got way up here at the top of the mountain. Whoa, I've got this. And here's kind of like the rest of it. And I've built it all up. It's very cool. The reason I built this is because I needed a planet that had an abundance of predators, because quite often in these quests you can get a bunch that'll say you have to kill predators, 1 or 2 predators, instead of just feeding creatures. So you have to specifically kill predators, and I thought it'd be really cool if there was a planet with predators, and I'll just build a tiny little settlement there, a tiny little base there, and then I can teleport there anytime I want to, and I can kill predators. Then when I finally found a planet with a lot of predators on it, it was this one, and it's very vertical, as you can see. So I decided to take the opportunity to spend some time building this. You can see also there's no cables, which is really cool because I'm using this fancy thing, the electrical cloaking unit. So when you use that, the cables only show up when you're in build mode. And one of the things I did was I took this, you could see, and I built all my cables to a central point there. So at first I was just trying to hide them that way. So this is what it looked like. You can see tiny little bits of cable, and I'm like, that's not bad, that's okay. But then I finally got around to trying to use this, which I've never used before. And the electrical cloaking unit is cool because I wondered, how does it work? Well, it works simply. When you're not in build mode, you can't see any of the cables. I have a power station right over there where my cursor is. I found some power in the ground, and you could see the little stone pieces with the lamps on them all the way up. So I expanded my base far enough. I got that. So I have power. And then I started building. And I started doing these stones, and you get these whole cool stone steps and doors, and trying to figure out exactly how the different walls connect. I still don't think I understand this tile set 100%, but it's better, which is really cool. It's very neat. So you can get a really good view of it from here if I were to try to capture a new base shot, which I don't want to, but look, I mean, this is pretty cool. You can build nice, tall stone structures to cover these mountains, and it's very, very neat. Oh, and this frequently happens, so I don't know why that does that. So I often have to do this. I often have to come in here and be like, oh, let's do this one then. Whenever I have to make a screenshot, that happens. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm going to move that someday. And I made myself a little deck out here just so I could see. But this is fantastic. You can see you build the stone all the way down in. So it's very cool. You can put lights in here so you can see what they look like. They got their light fixtures when you're in build mode, but without them, you don't see them. These are lights right here. These ones are automatically, since they're kind of like part of the stone set. As long as you just put them on the wall, they're automatically lit. You don't need to use any wires to them. But if you use those other ones, like these rounded ones down here, you have to wire those up. And there's some great views here. You can see how steep this planet is with its mountainsides. And I put this in there, docking pad. So my whole goal here was to build a giant staircase that would go all the way down to that plateau down there, because there's plenty of critters to shoot from down there. And the cool thing was, the way I was building this from up above down to here is a 90 degree or a straight shot out here didn't really work. You can see if I kept building straight, that was going to be no good. And if I built 90 degrees down here, it wasn't quite going to take me where I wanted to. I would have to build 90 degrees down to there and then 90 degrees out again. But fortunately, there's an angled tile floor. There's a triangle. So then you can get 45 degrees out of it. So I built this down here, and I still actually have a lot left to build to get all the way down to the planet surface. And I can actually feed this guy. That's cool. I have a bunch of critters I have to feed. So, and I've been going down there and just getting a lot of silicon, because just using the terrain manipulator to dig, because all of this stonework takes silicate powder. So that's all it takes. So if I did another 45 degrees, I would be able to go straight down there, which is exactly where I want to be. And it's just very cool. I have enjoyed this immensely, building this. How much stone do I have that I can build with? I can build, 122. I might build a little bit with this then. That might be fun. Let's do that. Let's do some of this. So getting this to ramp up sometimes can be hard. There you go. I want it. This is the hard part about the tile set, is getting it to do exactly what you want it to do. It's not as intuitive. See, this one's having a real problem. I got the other one to bend, but not this one, and not that way either. So that's a real problem. So what I'll do is, maybe this will help. Build some walls. There we go. Like that. So of course you want to build all the way down. It's just, the building here is It's better. I'm sure it's a very difficult technological problem to solve in the code, but games like Fallout 4 already do it so much better that it's easier to build there in those games. So it surprises me that No Man's Sky still makes it so hard to build. So now, can I get you to finally come on the way that I want there? Nope. That is just amazing to me. Okay, do I need to do... That's what I need to do. Okay, now I understand that's why. See, so it's learning the tile set and it's figuring out what will it actually do. Because it's... all of these pieces seem to have their own rules about how you can do them. So it's just really odd. How many of these can I build now? 31, yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. The thermal protection is falling thing. It's a very hot planet. So I'm constantly having to worry about that. So then once you get that built, you got to go up here and do this. And put them on both sides, of course. And if you get them in there and get them built, then you can make it look nice. It just takes a long time. But you can see how quickly we run out of silicate powder when we're building those. And of course, if you don't want to fall off, there's a nice rail over here. That's part of the set, so. Saves you some trouble. Again, it's getting it where you want it to be that can kind of be difficult. Yeah, so. And then at this point in time, it's like, whoa, okay. I may actually have to turn it again. Maybe 90 degrees from here will be a good idea, actually. Let's do that. Because then we can do like that. Available to build is 0. So now we're at 0. Oh my, that's a lot to get. So these critters all here, almost all of them are hostile. I don't know if I can feed any of these guys or not. Oh, I fed him. He liked it. But when I've been wandering, this thing here is a right sight. I mean, that's the scariest flying teddy bear I've ever seen. Yeah, so. And then what I've been doing is this. Once I'm out of silicon, I just come out here and start blazing. Since this stuff pretty much grows back, since the ground comes back after you log out, more or less, there's not a lot of reason to get particular with it. And you can go to flatten, and that will also bring in chunks of it. I don't know if it brings in as much though. I think it seems like it ramps up pretty fast. You can see how much it's taking. It seems like it grabs a lot of silicon pretty quick. But I don't know if mathematically it's the wisest choice or if you should just use the regular gun or not. I've been doing this because it appears like it grabs more silicon faster. And of course, when you're building, you don't really care. You just want to get as many of the materials as quickly as possible. So there's some stinging poo over there. Now. So all of that silicon that I was deleting in the very first videos, I had this feeling that there was a reason I shouldn't be doing it. I thought this is the kind of game where you should save everything. And that is exactly the case. You should save everything. But early in the game, you're kind of crammed for space, and you're like, I don't know. Should I save this? It's just dirt. I'm not sure I need to save dirt. And then you get to this point, and it's like, oh, if I would have saved all that dirt, I could build this building really fast. But not a problem. We're gonna create a big old rugby field here. Big old soccer field. And since I don't care about any of the minerals or anything on the planet, I'm not worried about harvesting anything else. Just the dirt. Just the dirt as fast as we can. So here's this guy. Hey, bud. Can I feed you? Just got a creature pellet. Condensed carbon. We'll take that on our way back. So I'm only going to build on this a little bit. And then we'll get on with the rest of it. So you get some of this stuff caught in the air, and it's like, big deal. Not a big deal. But this has been fun for learning this tile set, the stone tile set. Oh, I have a critter coming after me. Where you at? You want more food? See, and that's why I needed a predator planet, because they're just everywhere here. They were absolutely everywhere, and it made me happy because I was like, oh, this is great. They're all over the place. Bingo. So that's fantastic. It's a pretty relaxing way to spend a Sunday afternoon, is just building. Yep. So lots of putting walls together until they cover every little spot in the ground there. Sometimes it's hard to get them in those gaps. But to me it's worth it because of the way it looks. It looks really cool. It looks some big ancient structure here. But you can see quickly how many of these it requires. I mean, it's neat, but it takes a lot. You're out here grabbing a lot of dirt to make this happen. But we're gonna go check the fleet here soon. The fleet has been productive. I may or may not have put out a fleet newbie tutorial video by now. Hopefully I have. There's a lot to cover with that sort of stuff. But we'll talk about it a little bit in this episode too, because it's kind of fun. Let's see, what do you get? There we go. And put the other one on the other side. Even though it probably doesn't need to be there.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah, we're just about out, so So we'll go up here and save the rest of this for another day. But look at that. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's not there yet, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Makes me happy. Building some big, huge structure like this. Fantastic. And hiding all of the cables is pretty awesome. Okay, that reminds me. I think what I'm going to do here is move this guy. We're going to put him down here on the platform. You can see where the cables are coming from. I'm just going to stuff him like right there. So we can do a little update. That way if I fall through, it's not a big deal. When I'm trying to take a new picture. But I like that. We got to feed some more creatures. We can do that at the next stop. Not a big deal. Go here. Alright. So let's go look at... Well, the fleet's still out doing its stuff. The fleet's still out doing its stuff. Well, so let's look at this. Where else can we go for missions? We know how to... It could scan unique creatures here. Okay, where is that at? It says interest requested scans from a specific planet. Consult the galaxy map. And the icon for this is a paw. So let's see if we can find it among the space stations we're at here. This has got current system. This has a question mark over it. This has a picture of photographic target. Sentinels, signal echo coordinates, so secure resource depot there. It can be hard to find these missions from this screen. There's $ ones there. I don't see any of the paw ones. So what is this? Steel Industrial Secrets from Bedlin Prime. Okay, we're gonna go there. I recorded this episode 31. It ended up being almost a 2-hour episode, and then I deleted it. Largely because I was getting very frustrated. And what I'm going to do, and what you may have seen on the channel by the time this comes out, because this video should come out by late July, and it's March as I record it. What you may have seen on the channel is a top 10 wish list from me of features that I would like to see them change, and a lot of the features revolve around the quest log and the user interface, because there are just so many things that this game could do better in a significant way, because the way that they're doing them right now is painful. Hyperdrive module, excellent. That's what I want. There's no more. Okay, I'm going to explain why I want that hyperdrive module here in a second. Where is it? Yeah, I want it down here. Okay, we're going to go over this when we get down to the planet, which is... So here's one of the things I'd really like to see them do in the user interface is when you're on this screen looking at quests, what we're trying to do is find the quests that are in the current system, but there's no way to know. The only thing you can do is click on each one of them and look at the bottom right hand corner, and it says mission targets in another system. Now, I think there would be 2 or 3 really smart things to do here. One of them is you can see on the pinned quest, there's a little yellow icon here on this one. I don't see any reason they can't put a little icon here on the right hand side, some kind of different graphic, to let you know that this quest is in the system you're currently in. That would be super helpful. I'd rather have a graphic than just changing the background color of these things, but even changing the background color would be useful. But a graphic would be more useful to let you know that this is the system you need to be in. And mission targets in another system. Steal industrial secrets from a secure facility. Okay, now you can see in the upper left-hand corner, there's the icon, and now it's in the center. Here's the other thing that I think they should do. is simply make it so when you appear in a system, the icons for the quests automatically show up. Even if they're not tagged as the active quest, they should show up. That way you know, oh, I have quests in this system. That to me would be hugely useful. So I'd like to see a combination. I'd like to automatically see the icon show up in the system when you're there. And then I'd also like to see a special icon on this view so that I know these quests take place in the system I'm currently in. That would be hugely useful. And there should be 2 of these quests in this game. I mean, in this system. So we're going to do this one. Since we can't see them both, we can't decide if one planet is particularly closer. So we're just going to, since we're in the middle of an asteroid field, and I have been playing in third-person mode. I've gotten pretty used to playing in third-person mode. I do think it's pretty funny how in third-person, I said at the beginning, I didn't think I could ever do space combat in this mode, but the wider field of view is helpful, and I've gotten to the point where I kind of like it, even though the combat stinks. So it's a humid planet. Steel industrial secrets. It's got star bulb, copper, paraffinium. There should be some critters here we can feed. So we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or 3 if we can find the other thing in this system. The other quest. So there it is. Stealing of industrial secrets. We're gonna upset some sentinels. No big deal. I don't feel the need to spend a whole lot of time here unwrapping packages like this because it's just, there's not a lot I need from the game in that way anymore.
Warning. Threat detected.
Oh, data wiping since we're close. So here's the other thing that's really, really painful is that it says 109.18 seconds, a minute and 8 seconds. You notice though, this quest will change. The bottom right hand thing rotates. And I don't like that. I really wish that it would stay on whatever pin quest you had and not rotate to tell you about anything else. Okay, so... Oh, and these guys are inside. So if they come inside, we take their stuff. And I probably need to make some more of those. Don't I? Yep. Let's get... Oh, I'm missing components. Okay. I have plenty of that, so I don't mind building that. Or reloading that. Okay, Sentinel's about to shut off? Yeah?
Warning. Elite Sentinel Force.
Oh, come on, really? I'm not going to shoot any more of you guys. Really? I just want you to shut off. Let's see if we can find the other mission agent. Working raid. Is it here? Return to the mission agent. Lurking raid. So shadowy destruction also counts. So it looks like we killed both of those at the same time. Raid a planetary harvester and steal data. Mission targets in another system. So it looks like both of those were here. It looks like doing this one counts for both of those. Okay. I'm happy with that. So we're going to try to feed a couple of creatures only because I just saw this. It looked like, yep, condensed carbon over here. I want to collect it. Let's see, are there critters? Critters? Anywhere? Critters? Critters that need feeding? This is a nice looking planet. Alright, critters. There's a critter over there. What are you? Friendly? Fidgety. Eats petals. And there's more condensed carbon. I'm not going to turn that down. Here, I gave you food. Oops.
Technology recharge.
Anybody else? Oh, there's a critter over here. What are you? A strange looking thing. Gravitino balls. Where'd he go? Oh, there's a bunch of them. Ooh, bunches of critters. Hey, I need to feed some critters. You guys want some food? It looks like they're spitting it out, but then they start eating it. What do? They vomiting it up right away? Offer creatures food. That's some funny. Look at you.
Navigational
There are some trippy looking creatures over here. I think I had multiple feed creatures missions, so
alert.
yeah,
Navigational data received.
that's good. And then there's these lost urchins. Locate a missing person, locate a missing person, locate a missing person. Okay. We're going to go return to our mission agent. What's this down here? Pure ferrite. Yeah. Oh, really? Well, I don't want to be involved with that. Never mind. Yeah, so the center of the galaxy. That's the thing. I'm ready to move on to Eisentam, but to do that we have to go through the Atlas quest. You don't have to go through the Atlas quest, but then you would have to get to the center of the galaxy 9 times to get to Eisentam. But if you do the Atlas quest, you can make a choice and end up there. Go straight from Euclid, which we're in, to Eisentam, and Eisentam is a very nice galaxy to be in. I was thinking that I might actually go to the 255th galaxy, but as I was doing some reading, I learned that there is something different going on. And it used to be that the 255th galaxy was the last one, and if you went to the center of it, it just took you to the beginning of the 255th galaxy all over again, so you were effectively always in the last galaxy. Well, now they've made it to where if you go to the center of the galaxy in the 255th one, you end up back here in Euclid. And I don't really have a desire to do that. So, I mean, it would be fun to be able to say you did it, but I could see that taking years and years of my time. So I would much rather get to Eisentam and be able to play around there and just build some really cool bases and stay cozy and make it my home. And I hope that they keep trying to improve this game, because the space combat needs to be better, and there are a lot of other things that need to be fixed too. So this gets you nanites, Hail core, and a salvage frigate module, and then this is an exosuit expansion unit. Well, I've been trying not to take on new missions unless they give me an expansion unit, so I will do that one. It's going to be in this system probably. This is too bad. Oh, that's fancy.
Navigational data received.
Steal industrial secrets from the secure facility. All right, so what do we have left? Oh yeah, take photograph of buildings. Mission target is in another galaxy system. Let's look at this one. Go back up here. Atlas path. Find the next Atlas interface. Is it here? Your destination lies in the beyond. Press X to open the galactic map. Okay, so here's the thing. You still can't do that from inside anywhere. A space station, on the ground, on a planet, anything. It's another thing I really wish they would fix. I can probably understand why they don't want to do that, though, because I think you have to actually be out in space, so they have to have all of the galaxy stuff loaded in memory before they can do that. And here, of course, in this interior, that's not happening. So that's probably track and plan scanetary minerals on a specific planet. These are interesting. So it's got the squiggly line. Let's see if we can find that space station here. It's got the squiggly line. Space stations I'm looking for. There's an Atlas interface there. Squiggly lines. There's an icon here for a quest. Icon there for a quest. Signal echo coordinates. Clue location, that's for a missing person. We may go do that if I can't find this other one, because I don't see any of the others. Okay, so this is a clue location. Well, let's go there. Again, I'm just trying very slowly to crank through all of these missions because I want them cleared out before I move to Eisenham. Because once I move to Eisenham, I don't want to come back to Euclid. I'm pretty sure that you can teleport to your existing bases, but I have no real desire to do that. Once I'm in the new galaxy, I want to stay there. Because you can go to... Like, here's another way to get to Eisenham. Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes if they have... Sometimes when they have bases that are community, they want to draw people's attention to particular bases in the community, and then they'll show up. Some of them will be in Eisenham, and that's one quick way to get there. I don't really want to do that though. It feels like cheating. Exosuit expansion unit. This is in progress, so I need to do that one where it says thought-provoking samples. Oh. Okay. Well, I'll try to do that one. So there was a quest in this system, and it was not a squiggly line. It was one of these person ones. So was it Lost Urchin? Fleet arrived in the Bashnal Nati system beginning survey. I still don't see the... When these located. I see it's always flipping over to exosuit upgrade chart. Upgrade the exosuit at a drop pod. I don't want to. I just want to know which quest is in this system. So it's not saying mission target is in another system for plain clothes. Adrift, mission targets in another system. Lost Urchins, mission targets in another system. So what else do we have? Under Rebel Star. Protection money. Mission targets in another system. So then all you can really do is start going through them one by one, which is just annoying. Client has requested scans from a specific planet, which is not here. Scans from a specific planet. Tourist study. Scan planets from... Client requires photos of a scorched world. Okay. Is that here? Let's go find it. So, this, to me, is the area where the game can do the biggest upgrades. Is the way it handles this interaction between the quests and your ship and the quest log. I think it could all be so much better. There's an ancient ruin there. Contaminated planet. So where can I go to do this quest? It's like, not entirely sure. Toxic horror. So let's break open the galaxy and take a look. So right here, there is a box. Okay. There was a chest icon. So it's one of these. Valuable specimens. Source items for the client. What is it? Frost crystal. Is that the one that was supposed to be here? Because we can get frost crystal from anywhere. Locate a dig site. There it is. That's the quest that's here. Okay. Let's go get that because that's going to get us an exosuit expansion module. So, to me, the biggest thing that would help this game, and it would help me enjoy it a lot more, is if they would just make the whole quest log thing and the galactic map smoother. Just make it work. Because it doesn't really function right now. And this bottom right hand corner where it has all this information, like, I would really like to see some kind of toggle and configuration so that I could say, yes, please always leave the bottom right hand descriptive text locked on whatever quest I have pinned. Don't change it. Don't do anything with it. So there's a bunch of navigation data down there, which we don't need. I'm trying to find this. Yeah, it's like it wants you to land to begin the search, but it's like, yeah, it's around here somewhere. What is that? That's not it. Is it? No. Where is it? There's, oh, there's free parking. Well, now we're going to walk around with free parking, because once we have free parking, that makes it easier. So we'll do this, and then that'll probably be the end of this particular episode. We're straight on, it says. Well, let's go. Hi there, buddy. How are you? You want to be my friend? Like, a little while ago, I fed an animal that I could ride on. I could ride around on the top of his head. It looked like a dinosaur. So I did that, and I rode the animal for like 30 seconds and went, okay, that was fun. Now, fix bugs. Because that's the thing. Somebody spent a lot of time to implement creature riding in the game. But how often do you actually ride creatures? Versus how often do you use this quest log? Well, let's see. If you're me, you use the quest log a lot. And you ride creatures basically never. So I always feel like there's a disconnect between the development team and at least myself, but in players in general. It was really interesting putting out the deep dive on the space combat in this game, because I finally got around a few days later to posting it to Reddit, wondering, you know, what's the feedback going to be like. And I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, but people really responded really well to that video. And we're like, one person was like, this guy described exactly my problem with the combat in No Man's Sky in like 5 minutes. You know, it's just, this whole video is exactly what I've been thinking. The space combat has sucked, and it has sucked for a really long time, and they've done nothing with it. And instead, Hello Games has focused their attention on building out features like you being able to make a beatbox with really annoying sounds in your base, or being able to ride animals. So I don't really understand who makes those decisions. It's just so odd to me when there's clearly some pressing concerns like the quest log and stuff, and they're focusing attention on things that don't really matter, and I can't imagine a lot of players are using. Okay, so we need Mordite, so I gotta kill some critters. Well, sorry guys. I gotta kill you, little critter. Where'd you go? Where you running off to? Where'd you run? You running? You can run, but I'm getting meaty chunks instead of aminals. Man, I need all your Mordite, guys. At least these guys go down easy. How much Mordite do I need? I needed 25 Mordite. Here we go. Too bad I didn't have a quest. I know, I killed your baby. I'm sorry. Too bad I didn't have a quest for that. That would have made it a lot easier. Kill more birds with one stone. Alright, Korvax plaque. What do I got here? Seek knowledge of the past. Mordite. Historical data revealed. How far away is that? 13 hours. Wow, that's... Okay. Unearth the artifact with the terrain manipulator. I will try my best. That's funny. Sometimes they're not on the ground. Some part of the mathematical equation is not working. Oops. This part's working though. I could use that sodium nitrate. Give it to me. Give me all the stuffs. Oh, in a cave. Oh, look at that. Look cramped down there.
Radiation protection.
Oh, and a bunch more navigation data too. Bunch more. Yeah, so in general, obviously I like the game because I'm playing it. In general, I think the game is good. But there are enough problems still with it that I seriously think it needs the love and attention just in the right places. There were 9, 10, 11 different things that they could do, which if they did would make the experience so much more enjoyable. And they've improved so much of the game already. I mean, that's the cool thing, is they've been doing it, which is awesome. And I just want them to keep doing it, and I would like them to focus on these particularly high use areas, or at least they're high use to me. I mean, the quest log is something I use a ton. The quest log and the galactic map and this relationship between these things. But also speculate. So again, I hope the top 10 video has come out by the time you're watching this. One of the things I would love to see that's not so much a quality of life feature or a bug fix or anything like that is, I would love if you could set up huge asteroid mines. I wish there were giant asteroids in space and that you could build mines on them like you can, and like you can see in other games. A prime example of that being Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, a game that didn't quite live up to what I was hoping it was going to be, but had some really cool artwork nonetheless. And I'd love to be able to do that and make a permanent tritium mine the same way I've made all my other mines here on the ground for things like copper and indium and stuff. Okay, let's get to work here. Artifact fragment. Now we could just go straight and get this thing, because I've got enough keys. I have enough keys. But I also don't mind getting a little bit more dirt. Dirt's good. Dirt's good. You know what? How much of this can we just undo this way? After all, I do want a lot more dirt. This is curious, isn't it? Could we... Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's do some of this just for fun and giggles. Because I've never done it this way before. I've never tried to unearth this whole thing. This is going to be kind of funny. I watched somebody on Reddit, they posted a picture of it, of them basically doing this sort of thing. It's not quite working. Because they were curious what the whole ruin looked like, and I don't need to know what it looks like, but I would like to get a bunch of extra dirt while I'm here. So this seems like a good opportunity to do it. Doesn't it? I've got more than enough magnetized ferrite thanks to my main base, so and we can grab these Gravitino balls before we exit out of here. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is going to be a lot of silica powder, isn't it? This is going to be great. I haven't gone back to my Colosseum yet because I'm afraid when I go back everything's going to be buried. Took me a long time to wise up to the fact that you shouldn't build bases this way. You shouldn't try to dig it out and build a base. It's just bad. You got to build on stilts all the time. Always build on stilts. Yeah, this has got to be some powder. We're going to be able to build some on the lodge. That would be nice. The lodge. Oh, wow. It's really mowing through that.
Technology recharge.
Cool. So now we get a little sense for what's going on here, don't we? What this is looking like. That's fun. Okay. I don't want to restore, that's for sure. What's next? What do we have? We got an artifact fragment over there. This makes it so we have less to dig. That's cool. Oh, that made it convenient, didn't it? Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. That's cool. That makes it a lot easier. So you get a bunch of silicon while also making this just way easier to get all these pieces. Great. What do we have? We have artifact fragment right there. Okay. Where are you at? You're kind of like just further down, aren't you? That was fun. Heck yeah, let's make a cavern. Yeah, so we made a cavern at just the right time because hostile threat detected. I don't really feel like going and dealing with that guy, although we probably will. So where is this thing? Because this one is always a ways down there, isn't it? Yeah. How many are there? 1, 2, 10.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
It's so surprising it doesn't default to life support there. Okay, what else do we have? We have an artifact fragment over there. That one's exposed. Nice. And an artifact fragment over there. Yeah, there's always one there. At the bottom of those stairs, basically. Let's try to... Let's just do it this way. What do you got for me, buddy? Oh, there you are. Yeah, so you're right there. Off this funky bridge. Okay, now have we grabbed all of them? I think so. We've grabbed enough. There's a large artifact crate right there. There you are, darling. Ancient key, ancient key, ancient key. Rare item found. Jumble of vibrating riches. That's what she said. So there we go. Dig for treasure. That one's done. Lots of fun. Good time was had by all. I'm not going to grab those Gravitino balls. I don't want to fight the dudes. Transmit the data to the client. Okay. Oh, so I have to go over here now and These are time-consuming missions, aren't they? How far? 5 minutes. All right. Yeah, digging for stuff. You gotta go find the monolith first. Then it's gonna tell you where to go dig. Then you gotta go dig. Then you gotta transmit. It's not nearly as easy as like killing predators or sentinels. But if it's gonna give me an expansion shot for my starship or my freighter or my exosuit, then that's what I want. You missed there, dude. You overshot. You got the wrong mark. Oh, so then as we're closing out this video, I'll show you the last piece of information. The last thing we're doing as we prep to go to the Galaxy Core. Now, granted, I got a long ways to go because I got to get through the Atlas quest, but which I'm only a little ways through right now. But as you go from one galaxy to another, it's going to damage all the components on your ship and in your multi-tool, I've heard. So what I did was kind of like how you would do if you were going to go to a derby and smash up a car. You wouldn't use the car that you drive to work with every day. You'd buy a junker, fix it up enough to run, and then go do demolition derby with it. I actually have a friend on my softball team who does that. So I bought this thing. And some of you will recall that I had said this is one of my favorite designs of the fighters, is it's got the angled wings down, it's got the fin on the back, and then it's got a particular type of nose. I either like the round nose or this one right here that looks like an X-Wing. This is one of my absolute favorite fighter designs in the whole game. I found it. It's just a B-class 2718. Bought it for $8 million. I'm going to set it up with a whole bunch of hyperdrive stuff so that we can just plow to the center of the galaxy with it from that base that I built that I showed at the very beginning of the game that is really, really close to the galactic core. So that base is there, ready to go. Got the glyphs for it. And that quest is done. So that's been a wonderful time. Yeah, return to the mission agent. So that is the mission right now. Is just to clear out these quests. Specifically so that we can do the Atlas stuff and forge ahead and move to the next galaxy. Oh, and I guess as I want to end this video, let's look at freighters and frigates. There's a bunch of frigates zooming in here. Let's check our galactic map first and see where we're at. Okay, that's a return to the mission agent. These are my frigates, so that's cool. So we're not too far away from any of those guys. But there are no quests anywhere close in this system. Okay. In that case, we're going to do... Let's go over there. And then we'll teleport to the freighter. I know a lot of people comment on the way I name things in Stellaris, and I have come up with a system for naming things in No Man's Sky that is very rudimentary, but is incredibly effective. It's incredibly effective. And that's all I really care about. It's a little bonus time on today's episode. Alright. As I was looking at the back of my ship there when I was coming in, my eyes were seeing some black lines and stuff that made the art style look like Borderlands, and I think that would be one of the coolest mods ever to a game like this, is if you made it look like Borderlands. It seems like a Borderlands art style would be more fitting given the types of creatures that are in this game. I think that would be really awesome. KU mission agent, what do you got for me? This is mission complete. That gets me the exosuit expansion module, and then there's nothing else there that'll get me an expansion module, so that's good. Okay, I got some big old haulers here. Those ones right there that have those wings like that, that's probably one of my favorites. That's a B44 plus 26. That's a pricey one. Okay, let's go to the freighter and we'll end the mission doing that. Your base is Prawn's Claw. So I'm still on the hunt for... Excuse me, I think I bumped the microphone there. I'm still on the hunt for a bigger and better freighter. This is a C class. You can't increase the class at all. So the only thing you can do is look for a bigger one. And I've been told that the outlaw systems are the way to go. And that the pirate systems, and then if you find a pirate system and you zone into it and a freighter battle is taking place, you should log out and try to get back to that spot. The guy that I saw do the video shows how he builds a base in his system right next door to it, and then goes and keeps reloading until it gets an S class or an A class if you're good enough with that. So these guys are all, let's see, are they all in progress? Because they're all blue. This one has a wounded ship. Okay. Fleet command online, calibrating, speak with the commander. How are we going? Greetings. The expedition has covered 3,345 light years, and I estimated our plotted route will take another 1 hour and 7 minutes. Cool. The inspected ships... You can see critically damaged the support ship is. Well, that's good. So you can see the names there, but I'm going to cover over here. I got a couple I have to rename, I think. And I didn't do that after I bought them, so I only have one squadron gun. I do have an S-class industrial now. That's pretty awesome. So... these are all my ships, and you can see I just have them listed as Combat 1, 3. I have them listed in order. And the reason I did that is, and I also gave them if they have a minus to something. So these are red, but you can't immediately see what they are. You have to inspect the ship. So I want to know when I'm putting together things, what they do. So this is exploration. So what I have to look at is, there's an Explorer 3. So this can be Explorer 4. And I know it's boring, but then it makes it really easy to keep track of your ships. And if one of them gets destroyed, you know which one it was. Although I don't know if frigates can actually get destroyed. I assume they can. This is a industrial one, Industry 4. How many do I actually have there? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not going to name that one yet. And I'm not going to rename this one yet either. Explorer, what did I say? Explorer 5. Yeah, I know I have 6 Explorers now, I think. So let's do that. So that's cool. So, lots of ships. Everybody's working a critically damaged ship. So, you can see how many. You can have up to 30. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on a page. So I'm getting close to being maxed out. I don't have a lot left. The support ship one. Oh, these are all my ships, aren't they? Okay. So, too bad you can't sort by name. Oh my gosh, that's too bad. Okay, so this is industrial. Industry 1. Industry 1. Industry 2, 3, 4. Industry 5. And Industry 6. Do that. Yeah, finding this one was interesting. Because I've never seen a S-Class one, so that was pretty awesome. It's got all kinds of bonuses on there. So there you go. There's the ships. I've got room for 3 more. And then, and so right now I can very comfortably keep 3 missions going at a time, which is nice. I'd like to get to the point where I could do all 5. So, but the big thing is I need a bigger freighter someday. So right now this is what I have, and I'm trying to build things. Yeah, I gotta go mine tritium again. So let's go on our way out of here, buddy. Let's just see if we can find another system that has, yeah, like this. Steel Industrial Secrets. Great. Okay. Atlas interface. I might want to go there. I want to go back to doing the Atlas stuff. The Atlas stuff is just boring. It's going from one interface to another, speaking with it, and then taking the little ball that it gives you the crafting recipe for and making another little ball out of it, the next little ball. So I am up to this little ball right here, the new spheric orb. New spheric. So it's an Atlas interface discovered, and nothing interesting happening there. So maybe this is the place to end the video, is to go look for this next Atlas one. Asteroid field. So if we go to here, where's the Atlas interface? Atlas station. Oh, it's not saying. It's acting like it's here in this system, but I don't see it. Oh no, there it is. It's right there. Okay. Let's go. Where is it at? Is it on the other side? They're always diamond shaped like this. There it is. You can see the glow. In we go, buddy. Into the big long corridor. Good times. Ooh, this one has a... This guy's eyeball looks like he was up all night smoking the weed. Probably has the munchies. Hope he doesn't eat me. Alright, my friend. You learn the Atlas word for not... Okay. Atlas interface. And a bunch of strange words. Why does the Omnipotent require my prayer? So now I get dark matter. Magnetized ferrite. So the first thing I want to do is go change that. So now I have the next orb. Put it up there. And that's the way of it. Most of these haven't been giving me any words at all. So I haven't been spending any time wandering around them. It used to be in the old day they always gave you words. So it was worth going around every single one, but now it doesn't seem to be the case. So red. Alright. So the next one is where?
Orbital station coordinates received.
There you are, my friend. And then it rotates it around so you can't see. It's like, and then you gotta move like that. So where is this one? Right there. 460 light years away. Let's go. I'll park it there. It'll be a good place to end it. So you can see what I'm doing, and there's a lot to do. I want to empty out the quest log before I move on to the next galaxy. I want to finish building on the lodge before I move to the next galaxy. I need to progress the quests before I move to the next galaxy. This one shows up 6 planets, Gek. I'm not going to enter that right away. I'm going to go straight over to that. Discovered by Geeky D. At any rate, this episode 39 went considerably better than the previous episode 39, so you didn't miss much. I showed you all the same stuff in it, but then I started getting cranky. Cranky at the way the game and the user interface were making my life a lot harder. We're going to do one thing before we exit out and bid you farewell, because I don't want to forget to do this. And that is always go get the spacesuit expansion slot. So, and I got right there. Excellent, my friend. And then I got a free upgrade. Yay. Alright. Oh, look at that. Hey, here we go. He's got the big fin. Wow. How much are you? Okay, wait a minute. Make an offer on the Lifeform ship. It's S-class. How much you want for it? 29 million units. I really like the look of it, though. Too bad you couldn't put your ships on display. This one is really cool because it's got the tall centerpiece. I'm just going to buy it. It's got the tall centerpiece on it. Oh yeah, I'm buying that one. That looks cool. Maybe someday we'll be able to put our ships on display. Alright. I'm calling it there. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with me on a Sunday. Whatever day of the week your Sunday is, I hope you're enjoying it. As always, if you dig it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the video. Leave your questions and comments down below. Please consider supporting my Patreon. It is listed in the description below, and I will see you all next time. Until then, happy gaming, everyone.